Jennifer. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Thursday. Hello to you all. Bill Taylor here in the Ken's 5 Digital Center. It has been a minute, so it's great to be with you guys. You know, we've had a few audio issues I think we have finally gotten solved. And it's also been a pretty quiet weather pattern. We've only seen a couple of pop-up showers. So back tonight on June 1, the beginning of hurricane season, the beginning of meteorological summer. Did you know that? Summer season in meteorology begins today. Because in meteorology, we change seasons with the months instead of with the solstice and equinox. Would that be equinoxi? Equinoxi? The equinoxes? The solstices and the equinoxes. So that's the astronomical, not astrological. That would be Pisces and Scorpio, right? So the astronomical is June 21, but for data keeping, we go with June 1. It's just easier for data on a monthly. That's why that happens. Right on schedule, Liz. In fact, here it is, Tropical Depression number 2. You might even say, like, what happened to number 1? Well, in mid-January, there was a small subtropical storm near Bermuda. So that technically gets the number 1 spot. That was the first tropical depression of the year. This is the second one. It's not too far from the Florida coast. And it's not going to get much closer. It's moving at only 2 miles per hour, west-northwest. Winds are at 35 miles per hour. It got a little better organized this afternoon, this area of low pressure, but it's still not closed on circulation. You know, you have a good band and you can see it a little bit better if I go in with this close-up view here. You can see the rain bands and they're above the storm center. But what we need is those to completely wrap around and close that circulation, become that full donut, if you will. And if that happens, now you've got a tropical storm. And of course, that would also mean we've got winds up to 39 to 40 miles per hour. 39 is the minimum we need. And then we have ourselves a tropical storm. But here's the thing. It's not expected to strengthen very, very much. It could make it to tropical storm status. But either way, it's not going to move north. Instead, it's going to do a 180 and turn south. It's expected to head towards Cuba over the weekend. So it will be zero impact. Well, I shouldn't say zero. You can see some rain bands on the northwest Florida panhandle, even to northern parts of the peninsula, even the east coast of the, or I should say west coast. So minimal impacts. But the bulk of the storm is going to be moving south and not expected to strengthen into much. No, Santos, it'll move south. Hey, Ruben, how are you? Larry's ready for more rain. I think it's good. I think we're going to definitely see it. Hey, Gabriella. I'm doing great, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Almost named our first daughter Gabriella. It was close. We were like locked into that because it's such a beautiful name. And then we changed it to Carissa. All right, so, no offense, I'm playing. Let's talk about hurricane season since we are here. If we were to see this become a tropical storm, here's the name it would receive. It would receive the name Arlene. The 2023 names, Brett, you might remember that name. 1999, Hurricane Brett was a monster. That was a Cat 5 in the Gulf. I remember it well. 1999, and it moved in south of Corpus Christi, north of Brownsville. It was in a pretty rural area of the South Texas coast. So that's why that name did not get retired. Cindy, Don, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, Idalia, Jose, Katia, Lee, Margot, Nigel, Ophelia. We've had Ophelia before. Felipe, Rena, Sean, Tammy, Vince, Whitney. Your 2023 names. So how many storms are we expecting? Well, a normal to just below normal season is expected if El Nino cranks up early. It's expected to start mid-fall to late fall. That would be, of course, about the end of hurricane season. But in neutrality, we can typically see some pretty good storms develop. And so neutrality being in between La Nina and El Nino, just in between the two macro systems, if you will. So named storms 12 to 17, we average 14. I mean, that's right in the midst of it, right? As far as the forecast, hurricanes, of those 12 to 17, 5 to 9 hurricanes. Of the 5 to 9, 1 to 4 being Cat 3 or higher. Texas landfalls. Let's show you what we've seen over the last 50 years. 8 in June, 7 in July, most of them in August and September. In fact, from mid-August to mid-September, those 4 weeks are typically the most active in seeing storms. And that goes for the whole, basin. Got to do that sometime, Jacob. I haven't been on the bike in a while. You're welcome, Gilbert. Oh, thank you so much. Hello, Ruben. Notables. I mentioned Brett, 1999. Harvey, 2017. Chantal, 1989. And Allen in 1980 were all August hurricanes that hit Texas. Excuse me. Okay. So there you have it. There's hurricane season 2023. Knock went through Hurricane Brett when I lived in Kingsville. That's okay. It was a big storm, right? I'm surprised that they didn't retire that name. All right, so let's talk about our weather heading into the weekend. We've got some rain chances to talk to you about. See the dry line? This will be active. We've seen some pretty good storms last couple of nights. There's a good little impulse pretty much halfway between the dry line and Dallas. But that's not going to make it to Dallas-Fort Worth. It's just collapsing where it is right now, as a matter of fact, starting to weaken pretty rapidly. It was a pretty active line around Abilene, but now beginning to kind of lose its steam a bit. So what this dry line is going to do is send some storms out in our direction over the next 48 hours. I think we'll see some development tomorrow night. Future radar's got a nice little impulse developing by 9:30. So by about this time tomorrow night, near Rock Springs. And then look at that, dissipating. Trying to hold in those yawns. Kerrville, Fredericksburg, maybe just clipping Bernie and North San Antonio by midnight. Not expected to be severe. After that, Saturday, and these are, again, all just good impulses coming off the dry line. This is expected to be pretty heavy rain. So 6:30, Eagle Pass to Del Rio near Rock Springs. And then look at that line develop Uvalde into Pearsall and Cotulla by 8:30. Then knocking on the door of San Antonio by about 10 p.m. But not doing much more than that. I mean, it's expected to dissipate upon arrival, as we've seen all too many times. This computer model knows our area well. Hello, Hope. Hey, Estella, how are you? Lynn, what's going on? Low mold. Yeah, it's been nice last couple of days. Bus 76, Terry in Harlandale. Good to see you, man. All right, so San Antonio, again, this is why I'm only going with a 30% chance at best on Saturday night late and into Sunday. Even Monday is going to have a chance as that dry line stays active. We've got a good southwest flow where these disturbances get kicked up a little bit as well. And we're definitely going to have humidity in place. Now, the rainfall forecast is pretty optimistic. From San Antonio, especially into Kendall County, upwards of 2 to 2.25. And that goes from Kerrville even west to Rock Springs. So with this being the next 7 days, majority of this will be Sunday, Monday. It will not be tomorrow. I mean, we could get a light rain shower like we did this morning. I don't know if you got any of the liquid sunshine, I like to call it, those brief 10-minute showers. We had a few of those this morning. Could see a few more of those up until about 10 or 11 again tomorrow. And then we're off to a partly cloudy afternoon. High hits 90 tomorrow. Oh, I got to change that to Friday, don't I?
I just moved it. I'm so sorry.
Let's do this.
No, it's Henry's room now.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Got to do it in all caps. Okay. So warm day, but seasonal day. We should be hitting 91 this time of year on historic average. Castroville, you might, Estella, it's going to be close. I mean, some of the rain, it's about a 30% chance for you as well. The comfort index, I love this, takes the humidity and the temperature and tells you, okay, here's what we're looking at on how good it's going to feel. It's going to feel hot and humid, cool and muggy. Well, we live, for the most part, in the hot and humid quadrant tomorrow. Pretty far from ideal. We spend just a few minutes in that cool and muggy. Cross that line, but not by much. We just kind of get in there for a moment. Not enough to really say, oh, it'll be a cool and muggy day. I mean, cool for about 10 minutes tomorrow morning. Oh, Jacob, that sounds good. Yeah, a little bit. Like I say, not much though, Brenda. In San Antonio, I don't think we see much. Most of the rain this weekend is going to be west of the city, so the chances are there, and then the chances stay there. Like once we get them in, 20 to 30% Saturday, Sunday, they don't get much better than that. In fact, the best chance is Sunday and Monday, but these chances will stay in the forecast as we get a good little spring pattern to stay in place here, where little isolated showers and daytime heating can pop up. So certainly not out of the question for the next several days. North Central, hey Donna, yeah, about the same. No change there. Just a slight chance. But best chance is going to be late night Saturday and then again Sunday into Monday. And these are not washouts. I mean, remember, when we have 30 to 40% probability on rain, that's a better chance of staying dry. Most of you will not see rain. That's what that means. Saturday, the big 4-7. All right, Arthur. That's awesome. Hope you have a great one. It's not going to rain on your parade. Gelato. Will Eagle Pass get hit hard with this coming storm? It could. Eagle Pass really could. Let me just show you that again, and then we'll get back to the 7-day since you're asking. Eagle Pass, I think more on Saturday than Friday. So there's Friday's impulse. It's pretty small, pretty short-lived, but watch what happens on Saturday. See? Right in there by about 6 to 7, let's just say between 6 and 8 p.m. Saturday night. Be on the lookout. Thank you, Estella. You too. I hope you enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. All right, guys, 7-day forecast, and we'll wrap things up on this Thursday night, what we like to call Baby Friday around here. Hope you guys have a really good Friday. God bless y'all. I love you, and we'll see you on Ken's 5 News at 10.